Kim Kardashian is talking about beauty standards, the length she'll go to stay youthful, and why she's been considered an underdog. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Blakely McHugh, and welcome back to another Shared News Kardashians update. Now, before we dive into Kim Kardashian's cover on Allure magazine, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss any of our future videos. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, and we know we can do it. We just need your help. Well, I am joined with Zachary Reality today and Alison Van Dam. How is everyone? I feel like it's been a little while since we've been a trio together.
Yeah, I'm doing really great today. I'm excited to talk about Kim because I think she looks so beautiful in these pictures. I'm excited about her hair. It's super long and the blonde vibe I'm kind of living for. So it's good to be back with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like Kim, we saw her talk about this on the Hulu show. Like, she is entering into this new era, and I think she's absolutely killing it. I'm excited to be back as a trio. The band's back together. So let's get into it.
Yeah, she is killing it. I'm calling her the it girl right now because we've got Paris Fashion Week walking for Balenciaga. We've got Sports Illustrated. We got the cover of Vogue. Now we've got the cover and a spread in Allure magazine. I mean, what isn't Kim doing right now? And like you said, Zach, our girl was looking good for this photo shoot. She, of course, is still rocking that bleach blonde hair. This time, a few feet added. I mean, look at that braid. It is insane. Not only does her hair and her face look good, her body's looking snatched. She has just got it going on right now. And I want to get into a little bit of the superficial stuff before we talk about, really like the meat part of the story. There was something that really stood out to me, which was Kim's headquarters. And I know, Zach, last week when we talked about Camp North, I was like, I don't know why I keep being shocked by these outlandish things that Kim does. But every time I hear something about how she designs or what her plane or her headquarters look like, it shocks me. So listen to what the author had to say. From the outside, apparently it's just, a regular old building. Could be in any office park, right? But on the inside, there's a stone sofa, photo studios, showrooms, offices, rooms the size of, they said, an airplane hangar, even a garage because there's a car parked in there. And of course, the space is covered with Kim's face all over it. I mean, we've seen Kylie's headquarters. We know that they're putting themselves all over it. So I just have to discuss, I mean, we obviously expect nothing else from Kim, right? For her offices.
Well, me and Allison actually did like an office review a couple weeks ago, and we were judging her chairs. They were like triangular and they were just like so ugly. We do not, I mean, Allison can speak for herself, but I did not like her office style. I do like her house style because I like that she's very minimalist, and I obviously love her fashion style. But Kim, she has a way of doing things that don't always make sense, but sometimes they do make sense 2 years later. Okay. Like, I don't know what is going on with this whole face mask situation, not in these pictures, but in general. She's been wearing a lot of just like black face masks over her face, and I'm just like, we can't see your face. I don't know if that's symbolic for something. I'm just confused. But I think these pictures turned out really well, and I'm excited to check out the issue and, just kind of learn a little bit more about her and her blonde era. Allison, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, she has a very specific style. We saw the triangle chairs. We saw the wooden office chairs. She's so into everything being monochromatic and, not over the top while still being very extra, because let's be honest, who has any of those things in their office or their house? But I think it makes sense that she has this huge space because she is running an empire. She has multiple brands going on. She's trying to become a lawyer and work as a lawyer and as, a justice advocate herself. And she has a huge team. We even saw on the show, she had her whole kind of birthday lunch there when she was still studying for her exam. So there's a lot of people going in and out. And I think she likes a lot of space. She likes things to be very minimalist and, have enough space to be creative and get her job done. So while it sounds shockingly large to me for it to be an airplane hangar size, it's Kim Kardashian, let's be honest.
So this is a good plug. Once you guys are all done watching this video, go to Zach and Allison's when they're breaking down all of Kim's offices so we can actually get an inside look, which I think is a really great idea. Okay. So we all know that Kim will pretty much do anything to stay looking young, right? She told the New York Times that she would literally eat poop if it meant she would have eternal youthfulness. She then doubled down on that statement in this Allure interview. And just a quick question, although I'm pretty sure we're probably all on the same page, none of us are eating poop to stay youthful, are we?
Definitely not. Like, that's disgusting. I don't even like picking up dog's poop. I don't even like wiping my own. Like, can we change the topic? Ew, it's gross.
Oh, I would absolutely
Wiping
put it on a plate. I'll take it. I'll eat it.
Yes,
100%.
Allison, you
Allison would
would?
like it.
Yes,
She would like it
Yes.
crispy
You-
absolutely.
in the oven.
Okay, I'm shocked. I would never do that. Unfortunately, Allison, for you and Kim, though, that's not a thing. You can't eat poop and stay youthful. You can do some other things, though. Kim does a little bit of Botox and laser treatments at night. She says that is it. There's no fillers, there's no lip injections, no fake eyelashes, eyebrows, nada. Says she's only had a little bit of Botox and that's it. She says the only thing that she hates on her body is her hands, which is oddly enough. I mean, who hates her hands? She says that they are, quote, wrinkly and gross. So Allison, what do you think of that?
I am a bit confused because even looking at these photos, like her lips look amazing, but I don't know
Yeah.
anyone whose lips are naturally, that perfect and that large. I was trying to pull up photos of her when she was younger, but it's kind of hard with, different makeup and different angles. Like you really don't know. And, Kylie talked for so long that before she started getting lip filler, she would just overline them. So maybe, Mario's created the perfect technique to make it look like she is filler. But I'm tempted to believe her because if she's going to embrace the fact that she's had Botox and talk openly about that, I don't see why she would try and hide other cosmetic procedures. But I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But if I can look as good as she does at her age after having 4 kids, sign me up.
Yeah, I believe her
Agreed.
in a way. I mean, like, I definitely think she has the best, like, facialists and, like, skincare and, like, her makeup artists, like Mario and, with Chris, her hairstylist, like, they can do wonders to make her look so beyond beautiful. Not that, I mean, she already is so beautiful, but they can definitely transform her looks into so many different ways. Along with the fact that these photos are obviously, photoshopped and edited in some way to make her look even more perfect than she already is. I'm curious if she admitted her butt surgery, Blakely. I don't know if she did, but until she like owns that, I feel like I don't know if I can like believe everything she says about what she's done to her body. Like obviously I want to believe her, but I feel like she needs to like own that part, and then I could just trust her that she hasn't done anything else to her face. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they didn't talk about anything about her butt. Maybe they did, but at least it wasn't in the article. So it really was just kind of her face. I think because obviously like she's got her skincare come out, so it sort of like went
Mhm.
hand in hand. I do know that Chloe though has said that she has moved things around in her body. So not necessarily gotten like a butt job, if you will, but kind of took something from somewhere and put it there. So that's what I feel like happened with Kim's butt. She just hasn't come out and said it yet.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that's fine in a way. Like, obviously, she doesn't have to explain to us, like, what she's done. Like, that's her personal
Yeah.
business. But then I also feel like she is so beautiful and she does, sometimes set these unrealistic beauty standards. A lot of women compare themselves to her. And, Nikki
Mhm.
Glaser actually just kind of got into a little bit of a tiff because she was saying, she posted a picture of Kim's body and said that this body is from plastic surgery. No shade to Kim, but she just
Yeah.
needs to own it so that other women don't compare themselves to her. And I mean, it definitely brought up a good point. So there is two sides to this.
So I like that you bring up the unrealistic beauty standards because they did talk about that in the article, really, if Kim felt responsible for creating what a lot of people have said that the Kardashians have created unrealistic beauty standards, again, with their hourglass shape that it has been manufactured, it has been created, it is not natural. They obviously have access to so many more treatments, procedures, X, Y, and Z to make themselves look the way that they look. So when Kim was answering to that question of whether or not she felt responsible, here's what she said, quote, "If I'm doing it, it's attainable." Which obviously it's attainable because Kim Kardashian attained it, but that doesn't mean that it's attainable for the masses. I felt like it was a kind of a weird response.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want her to acknowledge that like she has all the money in the world and all the access to like the best doctors and facialists and massages that like keep her young and youthful and fresh. She has a whole team putting her together. with beauty every single place she goes. However, I do think that she is so naturally beautiful, and I think that she works so hard at the gym, and I think she's a great person and a great mom, and she's so kind to the world and to her fans. So I do think she deserves to be acknowledged for that and all her hard work that she puts into her body and what she eats. I mean, she's so regimented, and we've seen this on the show. Like, obviously, she's having a private chef, cook for her 3 meals a day. So, we can't all, afford that. And that helps her stay in shape. So, as long as she is like acknowledging those things and her privileges and that she's worked hard for, she's such a hardworking woman, then we're good. I mean, I would never want to hate on Kim. I think she's fabulous.
I don't want to hate on Kim, but I also feel like this, if I can attain it, anyone can attain it, has the same energy as when she was like, get your butts up and work. It seems like no one wants to work anymore, all this other stuff. And people really came for her because she is in such a different spot in life than majority of everyone else, fame-wise, wealth-wise, what she has access to. So yeah, the healthy foods, the private chef, the personal trainers, the at-home gym, the cosmetic procedures, the Botox, the lasers, all of this stuff. A normal human being can't attain that, can't afford that, doesn't have access to those things. So I don't know. It came across as maybe a little insensitive to me, given, it's normal people who are reading these articles who do not live the same life she does. And I think it's also interesting. I was rewatching an older episode of The Kardashians, and in the episode, Kris Jenner goes and gets like a cool sculpting procedure, and it was on full display. They talked about the product. Kendall was there, and they were joking like, oh, aren't you glad you have abs? Like, this is how we're going to get abs. So it's interesting to me because I feel like maybe even back in the day, they were a little more open to sharing those kind of things, sharing these procedures. And then over the years, when they became these, beauty icons and this unattainable beauty, I feel like they got a lot more tight-lipped about how they look that way. So yeah, there's still a lot of questions, even though she's acknowledging some stuff, but like Zach pointed out earlier, maybe not everything.
Going off of that, Allison, like my thought is too, I feel like at least when it comes really with Kim, over the last couple of years or so, we've seen her embrace this more like natural Kim. Even like take her nails, for example. They're the short little guys. They're not like Chloe's with the long fake acrylics. She does the short little nails. She does a lot much of a like softer makeup. We don't see her, all like totally glammed out in a sense with the crazy eyelashes or anything like that. So I wonder if maybe that has something to do with it as well. Like she's trying to actually attain these looks and this figure in a more natural way. Whereas back in the day, like you said, the cool sculpting, like they totally didn't do that. So maybe it's less of not being open about it and maybe just actually trying to be different. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a Kardashian.
I mean, whatever she's doing is working. I mean, she sells out all of her clothing line, whenever she does skims, and, her makeup line is doing really well, or that's on a break right now, but her skincare line is doing great. So, she has this influence on people. People want to look like her. They want to be like her. They want to feel like her. And, she creates these products like her fragrances, and it's working. And I think that as someone as famous as Kim, of course, we're going to depict and dissect everything she says. And it's impossible for everyone to say the perfect thing all the time. So I think she's doing a great job. And I mean, I'm just proud of her on this cover. I think she looks fabulous, and all of her accomplishments that you mentioned, Blakely, earlier with like Sports Illustrated and Vogue and Balenciaga, like she really is killing it, and she's in a good place in her life.
You are a Kim stan today, Zach. I mean, I think you're always a Kim stan, but you're like #1 supporter over here.
I'm just trying to send some love to my girl. I feel like she's really looking good these days. And Kylie and Chloe and Kourtney and Kendall, like, what are they doing right now?
I mean, Chloe has Good American. Kylie is
I know
Kendall is on her
that.
health kick.
I'm just saying they're not like around. Like they're not. I mean, Kourtney obviously just went through something serious with Travis, so prayers to her. And we don't know what's going on with Kendall and Devin. And Kylie is trying to post on TikTok, which is cute. And I don't know where Chloe is, but I hope she's really dating that private equity banker that she possibly could be.
I don't know how much coffee Zach's had today, but he is going for it. He's ready to go.
I'm trying.
I feel like we should this is just the Zach show. We should just let him take it away.
Well, Blakely, what is the next topic? Like, what else did this article say?
Okay, the next topic is, we were talking about it earlier about Kim referring to herself as an underdog. So maybe you're not going to be like the #1 Kim supporter during this discussion. So she had said that because she was part of a reality show that was not respected, she felt like she had to work overtime to prove herself to people, which I do think, honestly, to a degree is true. I mean, she wasn't invited to the Met Gala until she was with Kanye. So she really, a lot of these, I feel like monumental moments in her life haven't happened until she became, until she married Kanye and then now obviously subsequently after, since they're not together. So I want to know, like, when do you guys think that underdog title changed for her? Slash, was she ever even an underdog?
I think she's 100% correct. I think it's different than being an athlete or, an actor or another sort of public figure where we can watch them, have quote unquote talent. I think that was something people threw around like, oh, you're famous for just being famous. Like, where is the talent? Where is all of this stuff? And she did an interview years ago. And her response to people who said she's just famous for being famous or she didn't have talent was that it takes a lot of talent to create a product, create a show, and have people care about you and continue to tune in and create something that's so captivating that the entire country's watching it. So there is a lot more, I think, uh, talent going into everything the Kardashians do. There's a lot more intelligence that goes into everything they do that I think people even still give them credit for. I think they've turned it around over the years, and you can even watch that with the show. It started out pretty, crass, and they're like hitting each other, and that was like very much their vibe, and it felt very almost like MTV early 2000s, and then it transitioned into these beautiful backdrops, and suddenly there are jets, and there's just this opulence that comes with it. And so I think over the years of maybe even the show and the lens of which they do the show, that has helped shift America's perspective of them. But I know there's still people, out there who still view her as just like a trashy, like reality TV celebrity, and as opposed to the business owner that she is.
I feel like she's always been like the it girl growing up and always been the it sister and a leader. So in one way, like I wouldn't call her like an underdog. She's always just been that girl that's always had it together. But I do feel like the point where, she was deemed as famous for being famous and she's really had to work her way out of that and transform into a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, now a lawyer. She's definitely an underdog, and I can't wait to see what she does next.
All right. Well, so just to wrap everything up, one thing that I did learn from the interview was that I don't think a lot of people knew was that when Kim was on her strict diet to fit into the Marilyn Monroe dress, she ended up getting a psoriasis flare up because she was eating meat, which we all know Kim is on a plant-based diet. And so I had absolutely no idea that psoriasis and meat kind of went hand in hand or not hand in hand. They contradicted each other in that way. So I thought that was an interesting thing that I took away from the interview. And also, she said, if kind of all of this disappeared, her whole glam life, that she said, it would be amazing to retire as a lawyer. And if it was all gone, she just hopes that people remember that she was a good person that did good things, which I actually thought was really sweet. Like, that's really just the legacy that Kim wants to leave behind. So I am loving this era that Kim is in, the natural blonde boss woman, lawyer, all of the things. She is rocking it. Obviously, especially Zach over here, we are supporters of Kim doing her thing. And don't forget, you guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss any of our future videos. We are always talking the Kardashians and so many more things. You don't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button so we can hit 100,000 followers by the end of the month. I'm your host, Blakely McHugh, with Zachary Reality and Allison Van Dam, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.